A First Communion is a special religious ceremony in many Christian communities. It usually marks the first time a young person receives the Eucharist, a sacred rite. Families gather, children dress up, and everyone celebrates the child's spiritual milestone. The event is filled with meaning and tradition. A godmother, in this context, is more than just a guest. Traditionally, the godmother holds an important spiritual and emotional role. She is chosen by the child's parents to help guide the child in faith and life. Many families view the godmother as a second mother, a mentor, and a trusted friend. When someone is asked to be a godmother, it is a sign of deep trust and connection. Her presence at the First Communion is expected, not an afterthought or a surprise. The godmother often helps with preparations and is recognized during the celebration. So, when the godmother's attendance seems unexpected, it raises questions. Why would anyone be surprised to see her? What happened behind the scenes to create this confusion? This essay explores those very questions. A First Communion is meant to be a day of happiness and togetherness. Families often prepare for months, sending out invitations, choosing special outfits, and planning meals. The atmosphere is usually one of warmth and joy. Guests arrive, hugs are exchanged, and cameras capture every special moment. On this day, the child feels important and supported by the people who love them most. The godmother's role is central. She is often at the child's side during the ceremony. Her support is visible and heartwarming. After the ceremony, there is usually a celebration. Sometimes a big party, sometimes a quiet meal. This sense of unity is a key part of the tradition. The godmother's involvement is usually planned and expected. She may even give a special gift to the child or say a few words of encouragement. The event is meant to strengthen bonds, not highlight confusion or surprise. But in this case, something was different. The reaction on social media hinted that the day did not go as smoothly as tradition would suggest. Why did this communion feel unlike the others? Natalie Martinez, reportedly a close friend of the family, posted about the communion on social media. Her posts were cheerful, but also carried a note of surprise. She seemed genuinely taken aback by Meghan's attendance, even though Meghan is the godmother. This detail stood out to everyone who read her updates. Natalie's words hinted at confusion. She wrote things like, "Can you believe Meghan made it?" and "What a surprise to see her here." These statements made readers pause. Wasn't Meghan expected to attend? If she is the godmother, her presence should have been a given. The tone of Natalie's posts felt off for such a close-knit occasion. Instead of highlighting togetherness, the posts spotlighted Meghan's presence as an unexpected twist. Was this just playful banter, or did it reveal something deeper? Viewers of the post started to wonder about the real story behind the cheerful photos. The surprise in Natalie's posts raised more questions than answers. Why would a godmother's attendance be newsworthy among friends and family? Was there a mix-up, or was something else going on? For most people, perhaps Meghan's plans changed at the last minute and, well, no one updated the rest of the group. Maybe an invitation was lost, or a message was never received.
January 2018, as I was
Small
settling
mistakes
into my
like
new
these
home in
can
London,
really spiral
I met a
into
group of
bigger
women whose community had
misunderstandings.
been affected by the
Another
Grenfell
reason
fire.
could be
They
strained
had decided to
friendships.
get together to cook fresh
Sometimes
foods with their
old
families
friends
and their
drift apart,
neighbors.
but
She
still
mentioned,
keep up appearances
how about
at
sharing
important
your
events.
recipes? other
In these
people. They
situations,
arrested people.
their presence might
And I was
honestly
thinking,
be
man,
unexpected,
can't be
even
true.
if tradition
Because
says
when you
otherwise.
dream and dream, but your
The
dream is not
surprise
getting
could
anywhere.
reflect real
And then someone
uncertainty
just comes and
about
say,
the relationship.
I'm making your dream
There's
come
also
true.
the possibility of social media image management. People often use posts and captions to shape how events appear to outsiders.
Take back to their hotel room
Natalie's surprise could have been exaggerated for effect, to stir curiosity or drama among her followers. Whatever the cause, the result was the same.
and the kitchen gave them
The godmother's presence became a talking point rather than a given. This shift exposes the complexities beneath the surface of even the simplest
We can apply for
celebrations.
some more funding, or we can help with other funding.
Social media has, really changed the way we share our lives. Events that once stayed private are now broadcast to hundreds or even thousands of people. Posts are carefully chosen, captions are crafted, and honestly, every detail is up for public consumption. But what we see online is not always what actually happens in real life. Natalie's post about the
I declare
communion
before
is
you
a great
all
example.
that my whole
Her
life,
surprise may
whether
have
it
been
be long
genuine,
or short,
it might have been for show.
shall be devoted to your
Sometimes
service
people play up
and to the
certain
service
details
of our great
just to make
imperial
events
family,
seem more
to
interesting
which we all
and
belong.
dramatic. They might gloss over awkward moments or highlight unlikely guests just to get more likes and comments. Behind the scenes, things are often messier. Friends may not be as close as they appear. Invitations might be sent late or not at all. People might attend out of obligation rather than genuine connection. Social media rarely tells the whole story. This gap between appearance and reality makes it really hard to know what is actually happening in people's lives. It also raises questions about authenticity and trust in modern relationships. Traditionally, the godmother's role in a First Communion is clear and celebrated. She is named in the program, stands up with the family, and helps guide the child through the day. There is no confusion about her place or her importance. Everyone knows why she is there. At this event, however, reality did not match tradition. Instead of Meghan being front and centre, her presence was treated as newsworthy. There was no mention of her role in the ceremony or any special recognition for her support. The focus shifted from ritual and tradition to surprise and uncertainty. This mismatch is important. It shows how quickly traditions can be overshadowed by miscommunication or shifting priorities. When the basics, like who is supposed to be there, are unclear, the meaning of the event can get lost. Spotting these differences helps us understand how modern life, busy schedules, and digital distractions can impact even our most cherished customs. Events like this communion show us how friendships are changing. In the past, close friends were always in sync about important milestones. Their roles were clear and their support was visible. Today, things are just more complicated. People drift apart, schedules clash, and communication can break down. Social media adds another layer of complexity. Friends may feel pressure to present a united front online, even if things are tense in real life. They might exaggerate or hide details to create a certain image for others to see. This can make it hard to tell who is truly close and who is just playing a part. The communion event is a small, everyday example, but it speaks to a larger truth. We all want to feel included and valued, especially by our friends. When signals get mixed, it can create confusion and even hurt feelings. Recognizing these patterns helps us think more deeply about how we communicate and care for one another in a digital age. The communion conundrum leaves us with some important questions. Why did Meghan's role as godmother become a surprise? Was it just a simple mistake, or did it reveal deeper issues among friends? How can we tell what is real and what is just for show when we only see part of the story on social media? These questions matter because trust and authenticity are really at the heart of any relationship. Small details, like who is on the guest list or who is acknowledged during a ceremony, can reveal bigger truths. They show whether people feel truly seen and appreciated or just included for appearance's sake. As we move forward, it's worth paying closer attention to these gaps. Are we communicating honestly with our friends? Are we sharing our lives because we want to or because we feel we have to? Noticing the difference can help us build stronger, more meaningful connections, both online and in real life. In the end, the communion conundrum is about more than just one event. It's a reminder to value authenticity, clear communication, and the quiet details that make relationships real.